la toa con VIP, un VIP, ey. Saluden a Titi, vamos a tirarnos un selfie. 6 chis, ey. Que sonrían las que ya les metían. Un VIP, ey. Saluden a Titi, vamos a tirarnos un selfie. 6 chis, que sonrían las que ya se olvidaron de mí. Me gusta mucho la Gabriela, la Patricia.
Lizzo, what have you done? Let's get to it.
76,000 square foot house by yourself. Lost. No kids.
Don't cry in front of your girl because most of them...
Let me tell you something about money, kids. Once you get past a certain amount, it doesn't feel like anything different. Like, I had an apartment once.
Nigga, what?
Welcome back to the Anthony Spade channel. Before we get started, go ahead and hit that like button, that subscribe button, and that notifications button so you can get the videos as soon as I put them out. If you're looking for the music to the intro and you want the link to the second channel, both are below in the description. But can you do me a favor? Hit the notifications button right now. All right, guys, I got about 3 videos for you. Actually, 4 videos for you today. The first video is going to be Shaq. He's going to be explaining why whenever he was famous and he got married and his beautiful wife was giving him kids, he decided to get a divorce. And during that time period, he was the most lonely in his life. And this is something that a lot of guys, once you get a lot of power and money and women start giving it to you, you start to think the grass is greener as well. Next video is going to be Myron breaking down to a women why men have to work harder and why it's so easy for a woman. And when he gets done breaking this down, every woman in the room was silenced because he proves that men have to work harder than women whenever it comes to love in society. The next video is going to be a single mother, and this is one of the ones that a lot of people have been sending me. I normally don't react to this, but this is a Dominican mom who lost her home and her business and her 2 daughters, and somebody decided to help her out. I decided to do a reaction video for her because this does kind of touch home in a way. And then we have Joe Rogan right here. He is going to be breaking down that when you get money, you get to a certain cap of money, that whatever money is past that doesn't even matter. The same guy with $1 million feels the same as the guy who has $1 billion because you just get used to having a life. It's not really determined by the money, but I really understand him on this. But first, let's get to Shaq, and when he break down, he was lonely after his marriage.
Go to the gym, nobody. And look, I was just being greedy. I had the perfect situation. Wife was finer than a mug. Kept giving me babies, still finer than a mug. I had it all. Just sometimes and I don't make excuses. I know I messed up. And then, you know, when I didn't have that, I was lost. 76,000 square foot house by yourself. Lost. No kids. Go to the gym, nobody playing in the gym. You go to their room, nobody's there. You start to feel it.
His situation is a little different than most guys because he gained the success and he allowed the success to go to his head. What you have to understand is, as a man, when you start to build a family, you have to stay dedicated to that family. You have to stay dedicated to that pride the same way that a lion does. Now, just as much as guys want to have a lot of women, you have to determine which part of the game that you're going to play. You can't play, I want to be a family guy, but I want to be a player before I am a family guy. It doesn't work that way. Players will continue to date the wrong type of woman for the rest of their life. A lot of players are going to end up with multiple baby mothers. A lot of players are not going to be able to live out their dreams. But when you decide that you are going to be a family guy, what happens with a lot of family guys, especially successful family guys, is they start to think the grass is greener on the other side. Because when you start to deal with a family, the woman is going to change. She's going to become a little bit more dominant because she's going to put a lot of pressure on the man because she wants to protect her children. He has a lot of children, and I think during that process, him and his wife kept butting heads, and with the type of personality that Shaq has, he has an ego. He feels like he can leave her and go do better. This is where a lot of guys who are successful do make their mistakes whenever they are in a marriage. They do think the grass is greener, and that's coming from his mouth. All right, the next video is going to be Myron breaking down to women. Let's get to it.
Don't cry in front of your girl, because most women don't understand that we live different experiences and men must perform, women cannot. I could go ahead and find a girl that's 19 years old, that's a fucking bimbo working at McDonald's, and she could probably pull a millionaire. However, if I take a guy that's extremely handsome.
He's right. I've seen so many beautiful women who are hostess, waitresses, especially in Miami, land them a good guy, land them a millionaire, not even a millionaire, just land them a guy that makes good money and can also provide for her. That's what a lot of guys want to do whenever they get money. You know how many guys make like $70,000 a year? They may pull up on McDonald's and be like, yo, should I save this waitress? She look like she my age. She may be down on her luck. That's where a lot of guys do. But that's also where a lot of guys make their mistakes. You can't bring an alley cat into the house. Understand that.
Working at McDonald's, he ain't gonna pull no millionaire woman. It is not the same. Men must perform. For women, it's elective.
You got a point?
You go ahead.
I mean,
he's absolutely right. This is why women put more focus on looking good. That's why they put a lot of focus in the hair, the makeup, the eyes, the toes, the nails, the booty, the body, everything. It's because they know that's all they have to do. But when it comes to a man, the reason why a man is so direct is because he has to look good. He has to be a provider. He has to be tough. He has to be masculine. He has to be able to cover more areas for her. And he has to be more dedicated in order to survive. Women have to do less work. This is why when women start doing like a little bit of work, I mean like just a little bit of work, they want a big accomplishment for it. A man can go to college, he can go get his master's, he can start a business, and the women are gonna say, that's what you're supposed to do because you're a man. But a woman can graduate from high school and become a shift manager at McDonald's, and they're gonna praise her like she just got a master's degree because they're always thinking, all we're supposed to do is look good. We do anything past looking good, you have to give us an award for it. This is why if they graduate from college, oh my God, look at a woman who graduates from college party and look at the guy who graduates from college party. The guy who graduates never has a party, but a girl, when she graduates, everybody in the world is going to know. Next video is going to be a single mother that loses everything in a hurricane and someone comes to help her out. Let's get to it.
How are you?
good, and you?
Good. You speak English?
A little bit.
What happened?
The situation that is passing right now, she's very tough for her. She sent her girls to Michigan.
How old are your kids?
4 and 11. They use the army to rescue them. The small cars can't pass here.
So were you by yourself then?
She was with a girl. 36-hour raining, no stopping. The roof, the water obviously came.
Are you working currently?
She's working in her house.
What do you do for work?
She prepares food.
Es que ¿dónde estaba la cocina?
The kitchen was here?
Yeah.
So the kitchen is your business?
Mm-hmm.
So you need this to get your business back up?
Yeah.
How much is the total?
$2,500.
Is that your dream, cooking? You love cooking?
Yeah, I love cooking.
Just so you know, guys, $2,500 in the Dominican Republic is almost equivalent to like $25,000 in the US. You can get a lot done.
So we wanted to come today to hear people's stories, but we also wanted to bless someone too. So I have a surprise for you. We have $2,500 for you. So you can get your kitchen back up and bring your babies back.
Thank you.
No problem. I love you.
And I like this type of story because in real life, I do things like this. I just don't show you guys a lot of things that I do in public because I understand my audience. I know what you came to my channel for, and I know what you came to look for and you came to get. And you don't really like this type of content. But for this woman, I felt sorry for her, and I really appreciate the guy that really went to help her out because I have family members that have went through the same thing. And sometimes I have to separate the red pill community in this manosphere that we in and what I'm talking about. I have to separate that from the reality of what I see in day-to-day life, because sometimes we get caught up in this red pill world that we start to think bad women are just the whole thing of the world when it's really not, when there's really real events going on in life. Last video is going to be Joe Rogan breaking down why when you get to a certain amount of money, it feels the same. Let's get to it.
Let me tell you something about money, kids. Once you get past a certain amount, it doesn't feel like anything different. Like, I had an apartment once when I first moved to Hollywood, and I just got on television, and I was on news radio, and I was on this sitcom, and I got this nice place, and it had a loft, and I had a pool table, and I was like, look at this apartment. I would walk in the apartment, I'd go, fuck, this is my apartment, this is crazy. And I would look around it, I go, I can't believe I actually live here. And then I got accustomed to it. And then I realized one day I was like sitting on the floor, and I was like, oh, this is how everything is. Like, once you get used to it, then it's just a house.
Right.
Like, your house, it's like all your house needs to do is be comfortable and safe, and you need to have like a nice place to go to bed, a nice place to fix your meals, and whatever else you're into. After you get past that, it's just a house.
He is absolutely right. This is something else that I learned at a young age. When I started coming across money, I always thought I had to have a nice car. I had to live in a certain house. I had to live a certain lifestyle. Then after a week or so, all that stuff is owed to you, and you're just left with a lot of bills. Believe it or not, the bigger the house, the more luxurious the house is, the more better the neighborhood is, the higher the taxes, the more you got to pay for homeowners associations. Everything just starts to get expensive. But far as how you feel, it's just a house. This is why, like, how I live now, I don't even have furniture in my house because I don't throw parties. I don't invite people over. I'm comfortable with just having my office in a bedroom to be in, and then I deal with my girl at her place. That's how it is. You guys have to learn to be comfortable in life in order to be happy. Too many people are trying to buy status, thinking that status is going to equivalent to happiness, when 9 times out of 10, when you're trying to prove to people your status, you seem to get a lot of drama in your life. And that's what I've noticed about being around people with money who want people to know that they have money. They're normally miserable behind the scenes. Hopefully you guys got the message behind the video. Comment, like, subscribe to both of my channels. Hasta la vista.